After an almost 3-month hiatus, we're back to season 2 of the Clearly podcast. The current landscape of management reporting and Power BI.
Going back a few years, the entirety of management reporting really in the Microsoft world was reporting services. There was not a lot else. Alongside that, there were things like performance point services, which were barely utilized. In more specialized areas around the ERP software, there were tools knocking around like Management Reporter and so on. But for the most part, it was reporting services.
As tools like Power BI, like Tableau, like others have become more cost effective, more capable, more usable, that vision of management reporting is really coming real now. And I guess there's an aspect of that, which is once the exec sees, some really nice reporting with, the ability to slice and dice it very, very quickly, to be able to click on a visual and that goes and updates other visuals, then all of a sudden think, great, well, it can do that. Can it also do something else?
So a recent request was around project performance management, where they have a current value and a previous value, and they need to reconcile and look at the delta between and add commentary in between as well. So then they can see the why of something has changed.
It's the breadth of what's getting reported. It used to be financials, and as you pointed out, it's customer growth, it's inventory levels, it's fulfillment of customer orders. It's also the narrative, rather than just having some nice visuals and some tabular data. It's a case of what happened and why.
A lot of organizations will export tables of information, will export or snip and copy charts and put together some kind of pack, most likely in a PowerPoint. And then they would add the commentary within the PowerPoint. And that's what they share. It does work, but it works at that time when you're presenting. What doesn't work is if you try and, without that presentation, reproduce it. And you go direct to the dashboarding suite or the reporting suite.
I do think as well there's another danger in treating that narrative piece as being your only source of the why, because quite often there are external factors that are much more impactful as the why did something happen. The weather, for example. So I did a data migration job for a major garden centre. One of the trends you could see very easily in their data is if the Easter weekend is hot, their sales go up. If the Easter weekend's cold, the sales go down. Now, you could write that in a narrative, but actually you'll get a much better correlation if you start picking up an external data source to pick that up. So what you actually want to go is, well, how bad was the weather on that weekend? And therefore, if the forecast is for a similar thing this year, are we expecting the same fall in sales, and how do we handle that, and how do we plan for it?
If anyone's got any ideas, any particular things they'd like us to discuss, any scenarios, more than happy to go and do that. So from me, guys, that's been great. Yet again, thank you very much, and speak again next week.